Hi everyone, this is Believe What, also known as Yam Juice, and I've got a domination gameplay today on Underground. This was the Clan Ops on the Xbox. My clan was fighting for the most Dom flag captures. So you'll see me die quite a bit here. The idea is to get the most captures, so I'm just focused on captures. I do end up going 30 and 21 though. But this commentary is not about the gameplay. This is a discussion I had with my friend Turbo. We're talking about Jerry Springer.
Now, as opposed to like Jerry Springer, where it's kind of like the same type of people, only it's fake. And the fakeness makes all the difference. You know, it's like,
right.
And it's formulaic.
Well, see, I don't know why anybody watches Jerry Springer.
I don't either. To me,
it just like seeing people screaming at each other, you know, and it's faked, just doesn't cut it. It's just not interesting.
I would say that the people watch it for the same reason people watch pro wrestling. It's very much the same thing. It's scripted. It's very limited in its, you know, repertory. Repertoire. It's very. There's very little that deviates from the standard formula, and so why do people watch that? I don't know. And Jerry Springer, you know, he had these little moralizing, you know, summary.
At the end, he would always have this very thoughtful.
Yeah, it's almost like this redeems the whole sordid mess. You know?
You just watched an hour of the most vapid, you know, just, you know, depressing shit. It's like, this is the state of the human race. It's like, okay, well.
How do you feel good about yourself after this? Well, here's your little sermon, you know. Here's the thought-provoking little.
I'll bet you anything, the green room, there's plenty of alcohol served. I'll bet you anything. I'll bet you anything. But they probably strongly encourage you to get a little, you know, juiced up before you go out there.
Probably.
Loose, you know.
Yeah.
Because they want a good show. I mean, they want a good show. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's all they care about.
Yeah, they don't want anybody who's inhibited. I mean, I'm sure they select people for. I mean, they have their criteria, and you know what they want is loose cannons. You know, and if you can get people like that, and then loosen them up a little more.
Yeah.
So much the better.
Well, you're never going to see a person like, I called you to, you know, it's like, good news, honey. It's like, I got good news and bad news. It's like, okay, well, the good news is we're gonna go to Chicago and we're gonna be on TV. The bad news is it's the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, always the premise is, you know, let's meet our guest. She's, you know, so-and-so, so-and-so, and, you know, she has a secret that she wants, you know, she brought her husband here to tell him. Okay, so let's bring him out. He comes out, you know. It's like, so, hi, Jerry, what's going on? And you're like, you know, Susie here has something she needs to tell you. It's like, math? I'm having an affair with your grandfather, you know. Something like that.
Right.
And then he jumps out of his chair and like.
And you know, you even wonder, like, have they ever even met before?
Yeah. So they didn't even know each other.
And if they met before, was it like for the first time, like 30 minutes ago backstage, or what? You know,
that's what I wonder.
Rehearse their
It's like I don't even doubt.
Yeah, because they're just not credible. They're not good actors, and it's like bad acting all the way. You know, so like.
Okay, so there's somebody with a clipboard. Okay, so we've assembled this little gathering of white trash people. They're all in the same green room with each other. Okay, so they got a person with a clipboard that says, okay, you're her brother. Okay. It's like they assign, you know, okay, so here's the deal. You know, she's been, you know, whatever. You know, they just tell them what the deal is.
Right.
Now that I could be completely. I mean, maybe these are actual stories. You know, this is the situation.
Well, whatever. They fuck with it big time. You know that because it's so unnatural. It's like if they, you know, originally Jerry Springer actually got genuine freaks to come in and expose their, you know, their sordid lives in front of the camera, and there was a genuineness to it, and there was a variety to it.
There was a variety to it,
and it wasn't totally predictable.
It was very similar to the Donahue show. It was very much like Phil Donahue.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like the only variation in those shows would be, you know, what type of freak do you choose? You know, I mean, how extreme.
So the last few years of the Jerry Springer show always involved people flashing body parts. It's like it got to the point where it's like, you know, it's like it doesn't matter how good looking or how bad looking or how enormously, you know, morbidly obese somebody is, they're gonna flash body parts.
Right. And then somebody's gonna attack somebody else.
Somebody's gonna
and
lunge.
The bald-headed guy is gonna go in and have to break it up. And I mean, it's like clockwork. So like, what is the appeal of this?
Like, what happens? Okay, let's say the show's, you know, going on and it's not spicy enough. It's like, geez, nobody has made a lunge yet. You know, nobody's like, you know, pulled up their shirt yet. It's like, you know, it's like there's been hardly any cursing. So you got people attacking each other, people screaming profanities where you have to bleep, you know, 2/3 of everything that they say.
Right. Let's see. Having audience members like provoke people on stage with their scorn and their, you know
and
that's
people
a good one.
and people like, you know, being, you know, incredibly, you know, just straight up asshole rude in the audience, just like personal attacks.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, come on. It's like, this is not the way people normally behave. I mean, this is only on Jerry Springer or some, you know, unless it's some other show like Jerry Springer. It's like, this is the only environment this exists in.
Right. So yeah, I mean,
it's like they always, whenever there's a fight breaking out, that always happens in the audience. You know, it's like, yeah, this is what we came to see. This is what we came to see.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, there's not much difference between the members of the audience and the people on stage in terms of their tastes or their level of sophistication. You know, they're pretty much the same.
Well, I don't know. I think the people in the audience are relatively normal people.
You think so? Why would relatively normal people go see such a spectacle?
I think they're nuts.
I mean, why would that appeal to?
I think there's an appeal to get to see a TV show, and maybe even sort of be on a TV show. It's like, well, we went to see Craig Ferguson, but then of course we were Craig Ferguson fans. So if you're going to be on Jerry Springer, it's probably because you're a Jerry Springer fan.
Right. Exactly.
So maybe they're not relatively normal people.
I don't think they are. You wouldn't want relatively normal people, because you want people who will taunt the people on stage. You want people who will, you know, show their ass, just like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see somebody get up on stage, or they'll like I've seen, you know, they'll bleep it or whatever. You know, somebody in the audience will flash. You know.
Yeah, ideally you pack the audience with the same class of people you get in on the stage. That is like pure freak show. It's just people gawking at the freaks.
Well, you know, they love white trash conflict, and they also like transsexuals. They like transsexuals, and here's like the way they do. It's like, This is Veronica, and she's brought her she brought her boyfriend to to tell him something. Veronica, and like bring it, and this is Scott. Veronica, what would you like to tell Scott?
Yeah, Scott has no clue.
Scott doesn't know.
Yeah, and Veronica's like got a 5 o'clock shadow, so it's like you'd have to be blind,
It's like, come on,
Yeah.
are you actually trying to make us? Do you think that there's any chance we buy that?
Really?
Like he's been dating her for 6 months, and he doesn't know. He didn't know the moment he met her.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that dual commentary with my friend Turbo. If you notice on the left side of the screen, I've got a video talking about Halloween sluts. On the right, I've got another dual commentary with Turbo talking about how to not kill your boss. So if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I always appreciate your comments. And of course, you can leave a like if you want. But of course, you want to definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't have to miss any episodes. So for Believe What, this is Yam Juice. Thanks for watching.